Hey coaches, I'm gonna go over this template real quick and how I use it. Coach Kramer provided this in the practice planning, I believe. So, date, notes might just be make a difference. It's some note to myself, could be a practice note on anything, but maybe it's live by my why. So it's just a reminder to why I coach. So live by my why, and I have this paragraph or two, I guess, of why I coach and what I'm trying to do. So that might just be a note there. Relationships. This is where I'm gonna have one-on-ones. So some of these, maybe I talked to Bobby about the U of M game because he's a big U of M fan. I talked to him about that week, and Andrew for Thanksgiving. So these are just things. It could be basketball related, but most of the time it's not. I'd say it's more like 75, 25% basketball to life and other things school related. Then we got our start time of each drill, stop, what we're doing. So this is the activity we're doing. So dynamic warm up, our thought of the day here, vitamins, our form shooting here, and then this is POE, stands for point of emphasis for basketball. So I go over and I type in the points of emphasis for each activity or drill. Sorry about that noise. And then I these are the 5 phases that we go over for shooting form. Here's for one-on-one off the back. Here would be my point of emphasis for that drill. So make sure we're going off of 1 foot for speed, 2 foot for power, boba, body on a ball away. Point of emphasis for culture. Iron sharpens iron. I'd be talking about. Everyone is a coach. So that's just like the points of emphasis for culture in this drill, in form shooting, and in off the one-on-one off the back. Then we have 11 man. Sorry about that. 11 man. Here are points of emphasis. And here are our culture points of emphasis. And I might not do all this before the drill. I might just say 11 man and give like the offense these two. Then I might stop it halfway through and say, all right, defensively, we're focusing on these two things. Or if it's something I see that's commonly, happening over and over in the drill, I might mention that. But I like to get it out kind of on paper first, so I have some points of emphasis, so that way I remember them, because I'm just a forgetful person, I guess. Points of emphasis for culture in that drill. Are we communicating? Or we focus on the next play because it's transition. You always got to focus on the next play, whether you get beat in that situation or whether you get score. You get the score. We go shell drill. The 2 different types we'd go over is positioning, pass and cut, and then 5-on-4 shell. Here are points of emphasis for the basketball, points of emphasis for the shell drill. I won't go over each of them. And then the +1 means adding on to it. So I might start with 3 points of emphasis. Then like, all right, now we're passing and cutting. Make sure we jump to the ball, be physical, no cuts in front of our face. Make sure we stop it out. Points of emphasis for culture. You're never out of a drill, so make sure you're giving reminders and encouragement. I might even pull a player aside and say, hey, Bobby, you're the help side police, which means you're watching help side. And when you're out of this drill and you're really policing it, or you're the no cuts in front of face police, if you got a better name, use it. And here are the teams. So under competition, this is where I usually put the teams. I organize them, and if I keep track of score, I usually have a pencil. I just write that down if I'm scoring anything, any drills in practice. Shoot, tune, rotate. Here's point of emphasis for basketball, point of emphasis for culture. 3:30 shooting. So that's a drill where they do 30 seconds of, one player does 30 seconds of finishing, 1 minute of 15 footers, 1 minute of 3-pointers, and 1 minute of pull-ups. So here are points of emphasis for kind of each minute, I should say, or each segment. And then the rebounders, point of emphasis, the passers, track the ball, don't hit the ground, pass with your weak hand. So again, I'm repeating these over and over as I'm walking around. I'm saying hips back, or I'm saying pound into pull-up every time we're shooting pull-up jumpers. And I'm trying to coach in sound bites. And the person not shooting.
If you'd like access to this entire video and many other presentations on practice planning, jump into our membership at coachesedge.coach. If you're still watching, that means you're a serious coach interested in helping your players. You're watching a video on practice planning. So coachesedge.coach is where you're going to want to go. We have different presentations and breakdowns of how you can develop better basketball practices. We have hundreds of videos on player development, strength and conditioning, strategy, X's and O's, culture and leadership, you name it. We serve coaches from around the United States, even around the world, all at coachesedge.coach. That's going to be the spot where you want to go to stuff that the best things that I've created over the years in player development. I put into the coachesedge.coach site, as well as other great coaches who we have contributing information just like the one that you were just watching with Coach Troshak. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I hope to see you on the inside.